All right, so I just got this package from EVGA, and if it's what I'm thinking of, I am excited. It's like you finally made it as a tech tuber when you have companies start sending you like GPUs and maybe iPhones and Apple products and stuff like that. So we might be onto something right here. So let's go on and pop this package open. EVGA, I'm hoping for 3090. I already got a 3080, so I'm really hoping 3090 here. Let's see. Okay, well, no, this is a gaming mouse. All right, come on. 3090. No, Z15 EVGA keyboard. We got some, hold on, one more thing. One more. Yeah. Another keyboard. Hold on a second. Come on, EVGA. Come on. All right, so no GPUs in here. EVGA, after this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and cry in the corner, okay? So now we've seen a lot of PC companies, like PC component companies. Let's talk MSI, Corsair, EVGA now, and I'm sure there's tons out there that are missing, you know, but we've seen a lot of them come into the peripheral space. And honestly, some of them have struggled a little bit, right? We talk about MSI's products, they're always just kind of like just out there. They're just a little bit too aggressive, right? They kind of need to settle them down a little bit. They got the right idea, but they need to settle them down. Corsair has it nailed perfect, you know what I mean? And that's what we're gonna check out today. We're gonna see how EVGA is gonna do in the peripheral market. They've dabbled with it before, but these are the new upcoming ones right here. So let's see how these work out. All right, so let's start off with taking a look at their mouse, the X17 FPS mouse. Not any mouse, but an FPS mouse, right? So taking a look at this mouse right here, the dimension and shape, it's definitely geared towards palm right here, but it does drop off dramatically on the right side there. So again, it doesn't really fill out your hand, it kind of slopes off there. But now talking about it sloping off, I just want to look at the mouse right here. Number one, the build, the construction of this mouse is solid. No rattle, no cranking, no creaking, no nothing like that. But you still get that traditional PC component company vibe with this. It's just very busy. There's a lot going on. As you see your side buttons, they're big, they're nice, they're right there, you know what I mean? But then looking up, bam, you got that big brand and you got this big old sniper button back here, which will drop your DPI to whatever you set it to, slow down your aim right there. But again, looking at it straight on or even from the top, it's a very busy mouse, which again is what we see a lot from PC component companies coming into the peripheral market right here. Now this mouse is packing a lot. It has a 3389 sensor. It actually has two different spots right here for liftoff distance, which you can control in the software right there. I adjusted it, dabbled with them, making them both different, both low and high. I didn't notice much of a difference. A liftoff's never an issue for me. But again, pretty cool that you have that right there. Now you also have an 8,000 hertz polling rate on this guy, which the only other mouse I believe that we have that on is the Viper Ultimate 8K. So really cool to see this on other mice coming up already. Now the mouse is already a lofty one. It's already coming up around 100 and some change right there, but you can also slap in 5 other weights and make it even heavier if you want. Not sure who would do that, but you do have the option. Again, just wrapping up this mouse right here, I'm not sure if I'd class it as an FPS mouse. I'd just class it as an EVGA mouse, you know what I mean? It's solid, it has a lot going for it, but again, there's a bit much going on with this mouse. All right, so jumping ahead here, let's take a look at the Z20 keyboard first, and then we'll jump backwards and look at the Z15, right? So taking a look at the Z20 right here, this keyboard is packing a lot. It really is. First thing I want to point out is some interesting things on this guy. You see this TOF sensor up at the front there? It's just like a sensor to let you know, hey, whenever you're in front of the keyboard or not, and then it'll automatically shut it down. Get in front of it, bam, it turns on. When most keyboards, you got to go in there and press a key. So that is really cool right there. But unfortunately, it didn't work all the time. Me gaming, I take my keyboard, cock it to the side over here, and it's pretty much my arm coming over to WASD. And sometimes it didn't register. It almost shut down. You know, I had to pull it in a little bit closer to make it continuously read. So, cool idea. Not there yet, right? Coming over here, you have your volume and then your media controls and then game mode over there and then your notifications. Now, as far as switches on these guys, they're actually using LK Optical. Now, LK Opticals, if I'm thinking correct, are made by A4Tech, also Bloody and stuff, if I'm thinking right. kind of think of Razer switches. That's pretty much the same concept right here. I believe same company as well, but you don't have that metal bar holding on to these. And these switches, they feel fantastic. They're butter smooth. They're very fast. I believe 0.5 millimeters actuation. Again, they feel fantastic. They are butter smooth. They are fantastic for gaming. Now, one other stinker on the Z20 right here are the stabs. It has those basic stabs you see on a lot of Razer keyboards. Again, they got those plastic clips right there. Bam, they attach to the feet inside the board. They're just clanky, a little rattly. Again, I'm just not a fan of these kind of stabs. Now, as far as the build of the board, it is fairly solid. You got the aluminum plate on the top, 2 RGB strips on the side, and the whole bottom is plastic with 2 pop-out feet. But honestly, with a full-size board like this, with a lot of features, you'd expect to be a little bit loftier. It's honestly fairly light for, again, a full-size keyboard. And then, of course, you do have your attachable magnetic wrist rest right there, and it just snaps on. It doesn't clip onto anything or anything like that. But again, I want to roll into aesthetics, right? Talking on my main point, component companies doing peripherals. This keyboard, again, is busy. There's just the font. It's crazy gamer, right? Now, you got these WASD and then your macros over here with the grips on them. They do give you some caps that you can put in there that don't have that to kind of settle it down a little bit. But still, with the shortcuts and then the font is just like, yeah. There's just too much going on. It's just, the whole thing's just very sharp and just very aggressive looking. My taste, again, too busy. I wish it was toned down a little bit. So again, when we look at this keyboard here, I come back to the same thing we talked about with the mouse. It's got so much going for it. It has the right idea, those switches and everything. But again, we got to tone it down a little bit right here. Again, a bit too busy. All right, so now I want to take a look at the Z15. Honestly, my favorite out of the bunch. Now, when we look at the basic design of it, it's pretty much the exact same as the Z20, right? You're just missing those macros in that game mode over there, but the basic layout is pretty much the same. Yeah, still those busy ABS keycaps right there, which is a stinker. But when we pop those keycaps off, we have Kale Speed Silvers. My favorite switch currently right now. I've done a few builds, used those switches. And this keyboard's actually hot swap as well with the 3-pin PCB. So that's really cool seeing, again, bigger companies get into hot swap. And again, using Kale switches, I mean, that's stinking awesome. And you do have traditional stabs on this guy. Now, one weird thing about this board being hot swap, they included 8 other switches right here, but they're Kale Bronze, Speed Bronze, the clicky ones. Like, why did they give me, with it being hot swap, you're gonna bend some pins and everything, so it would have been nice if they included some more Kale Silvers just to back you up, right? But why did they give me 8 clickies instead? I'm lost. Do any of you use, just make me think, do any of you put like different switches on your WASD or your gaming keys? Again, I'm just confused why they would have included these right here. Again, I would have liked some backup Speed Silvers in case something happened whenever we were hot swapping. All right, so wrapping up these new peripherals from EVGA, there's 2 points I want to touch on right here. Number one, as you caught my vibe throughout the entire video, I think these PC peripheral components, MSI, EVGA right here, you know what I mean? And the other ones are missing, Asus ROG or something like that. I believe they're dabbling with it too, but they're all very aggressive. They're all just like gamer, you know, let's tone it down, let's settle it, you know, kind of take an eye from these other PC component or peripheral companies and kind of see what they're doing and implement that in here. Because again, we got some great options right here, right? We got the right stuff in these products, but again, we got to tone it down and kind of minimize the aggressive style look, you know what I mean? And that's the vibe I get with these. It's almost just like gamer. You know what I mean? But the other thing that's pretty cool, I want to touch on the price. I'm going to pull up my phone right here. There's a lot of jibber jabber here that I can't remember, right? So the initial prices of these products are pretty steep, in my opinion. So Z20 MSRP 175. Okay, Z15 130, and then the mouse I believe is 80. So right there, I think that's expensive again compared to the competition out there. It really is. But I think what EVGA is trying to do right here, they got their Elite program, which you'll have to go on their website and read the details to T right there, but it is pretty cool. It's like if you ever registered an EVGA product, if you ever bought an EVGA product from them or something like that, or again, even just registered like there, you start building up your profile, I guess, or whatever, and you get this stuff for a discount. I don't know if they're gonna implement any more, but right now this is what I have right here, and it's pretty cool, because with that program, when you become their member, which is free, by the way, you get this stuff for half off, and that's where it really starts to shine. So Z20, you can get to $88, right? So it's half off everything. You get the Z15 down to $65, and the mouse down to, what is it, $40. So when we've talked those prices, it's almost like, okay, do you got an EVGA graphics card or something that you recently bought? I'm not sure if their power supplies work. I've used a lot of EVGA products from their coolers, and their power supplies fantastic, you know, but it's cool. Like, say if you just bought a GPU, you don't got all this money, you know what I mean? And you can get a keyboard packing these features for that low price. That's where the value really shines and really sparks for me. It's like, okay, cool. I just spent $1,000 on this GPU. Let me get this crazy looking keyboard, but still packing good features, you know what I mean? That's not gonna break the bank. You're talking 86, 80 or $60, something like that. That's where these peripherals really sit and really shine for me. But as is, MSRP and how they're sitting, like if they were sitting on a store shelf, there's too much other competition out there competing with these guys. And again, I'm gonna see these on the back cap in the regular store eventually, you know, but I think the EVGA Elite program is where these are gonna shine. Please don't let this ruin my chances of getting one of those 3090s ever. All right, we can talk how to make this better. You got the right idea, the right components in here. Let's just tone this down a little bit, right? And you got my address. I want to get one of those 3080s, 3090s over here, right? But all in all, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video right here. I hope I helped you out if you're looking at any of these new EVGA products, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.
Just listen.